Networking is difficult. We all have to do it though. But how do we do it best? And how do we do it effectively? Because I know sometimes when we try to network, we don't really get the results that we want. So, what's the solution? Well, watch on. My name is Alvin Poh, and I help entrepreneurs just like yourself to super scale your businesses and get them to the next level. I am an entrepreneur myself. I went through over 20 years of entrepreneurship experience, starting from my first business, Vodian.com, which I sold for $30 million. Now I'm in other businesses as well, and I want to help you with actionable tips and knowledge so that you can super scale your business. So, networking, how do we do it best? I'm a busy entrepreneur. I have a ton of things to do in my daily life all the time. And in my list of priorities, talking to somebody random that I've never met before, literally a stranger, is gonna be really difficult to put up in that list of priorities unless you are a little bit different. Most of the time, networking requests that come in typically suffer from three main problems. Today, I'm going to talk about these three problems and how to actually avoid them if we have time. Otherwise, I just want to make sure that you don't make those three mistakes. So, what are the three mistakes? Number one, this is something that I get a lot for some reason, and this is one of the laziest ways to connect to people. Now, I'm guilty of this as well, but it only means that a lot of people are probably doing this also. The first thing that you should never ever do when you try to network with somebody that you really want to network with is to say, hey, let's catch up for coffee. So, once again, I'm a busy person. If you are a stranger and I don't know you, why should I have coffee with you? Right? If you're a friend, that's fine, right? I know you and we're friends and coffee and catching up, that's what friends do. But if you're a stranger, that doesn't apply anymore. And I think a lot of times people get misled or confused about the two. When we network, it's always gonna be with people that we don't know, and therefore we actually have to consider that, right, before making our requests. So anything along those lines, let's have a coffee, let's have a lunch, let's have like a beer, like whatever, right? I reserve that for friends. And if I don't know you, I'm not going to meet with you. If you're trying to network, please don't do that. I'm sure anyone who's busy is going to tell you the same thing. Thanks, but no, I'm busy, right? So not going to be very effective. The second thing is, again, one of my favorite bugbears, because it always happens as well. The second mistake that people make a lot when it comes to networking is to have a request that goes like, hey, can I pick your brain? Sound familiar? So this has variants as well. Hey, can I pick your brain? Hey, can I tap on your wisdom? Hey, can I learn more about you? Hey, can I learn about whatever it is that they're doing, right? I get requests about scaling businesses because that's what I do. I help people scale businesses. Now, part of what I am is really to give, right? To help people, to teach people, to share with people what I know. And I am an entrepreneur. Everything that I do specifically has got to do with systems and scaling, including networking. So the problem with networking is typically a one-to-one encounter or one-to-one interaction. And to me, that's not very sustainable. I love making videos like this because to the systematic, sustainable aspect of my mind, that is scalable. I can do this once, I can record this once, and many people will watch this. Versus me choosing to have an hour or so of time with somebody that I don't even know, right? A stranger, right? How scalable is that? How sustainable is that? Right? We can just frame it like, so you might think, hey, it's just one person, right? But when we think about sustainability, we think about what happens when things escalate. So one person may be fine, but what happens when you have 20 people making requests, 2,000 people? What's going to happen then? How are you going to prioritize? Now, I don't want to be left with the task of prioritizing my time for you. That's not what I want. So if you have a request and if you want to network with someone, don't make that problem my problem. Let me know or show me that you are somebody that I should actually spend time with. So Second bugbear, right? Don't go asking people for, like to pick their brains or to have them like share knowledge with you or to like learn more from them. It might seem nice, but again, if that person is very busy and thinking about something more sustainable and more scalable, he or she is going to say no. So, in terms of effectiveness and in terms of getting results, that's not going to help your networking. Again, the third thing that most commonly happens when people try to network and is a terrible mistake is not finding out about that person in the first place. So if it is somebody that you're really like wanting to meet and you really are interested in, then find out more about them. So I'm growing my social media presence and I have like articles and podcasts and pieces of information about myself online. Anyone who's a working professional and entrepreneur has information about themselves online as well. Could be their, an article that they did, an interview, could be their own LinkedIn profile or social media pages. It's available online. And if that person is really important to you, make the effort. Spend 30 seconds Googling, right? It's literally as easy as opening up Google, putting in their name, and reading the first few links that appear. That's something that, you can do with Alvin Poe as well, right? So it really boggles my mind that if information about myself is there and all this information is like public, why are people asking me about that as well? It only shows me that you're not putting in the effort. You don't really want to spend that time and effort to get to know me, and that you might not necessarily be very serious about getting to know me as well as a person. So if that's the case, then why should I spend my time with you more? And if you think about it, if you get to know somebody a little bit more, it does help you have a more effective time together, right? If you have an hour together having coffee, you don't want to be spending that 1 hour talking about stuff that's already readily available online. Why would you want to do that? So that's a third mistake that I think people commonly make as well, that they don't find out about that other party prior. So these three mistakes. Number one, let's meet for coffee. Right, absolutely terrible. Uh, don't do that. Number two, I like to pick your brain or any of its other variants. Right, it's not sustainable, and to somebody that's an entrepreneur that's thinking about sustainability and scalability, that isn't something that is going to appeal to me. I want to see how I can help more people, not just one person. Number three, not finding out about that person, right? Like, hey, I really like what you do, but can you tell me more about yourself? What is it that you do exactly, or what is the business that you run? Man, these are all things that you can find online, and this happens to anybody, right? Like any professional or anybody that you want to meet, that information is available. So don't make those mistakes. These are the things that are very, very common and so easily overcome. If you like this video and if you like the three mistakes, let me know down below. Drop a comment. If you have experienced that or if you have done that, let me know. I'm guilty of all these mistakes. Everybody is human, so I want to find out about your experience as well. And it helps me too, because I know that these videos are helpful. Like, share, subscribe also to be notified whenever I put out videos like this. One of the follow-up videos that I'll do is definitely going to be the things that you should do about networking, right? So this video will talk about the 3 things not to do, and in another follow-up video, I'm going to talk about how to effectively network so that you can actually get to meet the people that matter and that can help you. This is really important to you, by the way. If you are an entrepreneur just like myself, there are only 2 things that you need to super scale your business. 1 is knowledge, and 2 is community. And none of us are born into a community. Even though it might be like, about entrepreneurship and you are an entrepreneur, it doesn't mean that you're born into a community of entrepreneurs. So that community needs to be built. And the only way to build that is organically through networking, right? That's how you meet up with strangers, people that you don't know, and you form the connections with them. In order to do that, you need to network properly. So hopefully this video helps. Once again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and take care. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.